CAD Roll Hunter here. I have a fresh box of quarters. I am dying to get in here and see what we might find. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel CAD Roll Hunter, and I've got a whole box of customer wrapped quarters to get into. Really excited to see what we might find. We are hoping to upgrade or fill spots in our Lighthouse Vista album, and you know what we need. We need silver on this silver page. We're at 148 of 171 spots filled in this Lighthouse Vista album. We only have 6 of 17 silver. In our last hunt, we upgraded a couple of the provincial quarters, and we might still get some upgrades yet, but many of the quarters in here are very nice. Some, like this 1978, could be updated. There's some scratches, but we definitely want to fill some spots on our silver page. That would be incredible. I took a quick peek. There's just a few plastic rolls. I didn't see any silver edges or anything like that. So what we got to do is just crack into these and see what's inside. Well, that didn't take long. First roll, and we're going to get a color quarter. We're actually going to get 2 back to back because I can see a 2004 edge right behind it. So we've got a 2006 breast cancer pink ribbon. And then we've got a 2004 poppy. In our last hunt, we found a ton of poppies. We actually found a half a roll, 25. Oh, it was more than half a roll. A roll is 40. We got 25 of these. That was incredible. Roll number 2, we've got a 1973. And of course, we're always looking for the large bust. The odds are pretty low on any particular quarter we're going to find them. These are quite plentiful. This is actually in pretty rough circulated shape. But people are still finding those coins today. You know, so we just have to look every single time. So we'll throw it under the scope. We'll see what we're looking for here, of course. So primarily we're looking at 2 things. We're looking at how close these beads are to the rim, and these ones are far away. We want to be finding the ones that are close. And then how much or how little detail there is in the hair. This 1973 small bust has lots of fine detail in the hair. Those are the 2 markers if you can't quite tell by the size of the bust. It's called the small bust and the large bust because there's a difference in size, but it's hard to tell that. If you want to compare, you can take a 1972. It features the large bust obverse. If you put them side by side, you would see an obvious difference between the large and the small bust. But if you find a 1973 that looks the same as the 1972, you got a winner. Roll number 3, it's pretty chewed up, but this different obverse tells us we're going to have color. If we flip it over, we got a pretty chewed up 2008 color poppy. But that's color for the board in roll number 3. Pretty cool. Roll number 4, we're going to have our second pink ribbon. So that means we've got the 3 most common or most plentiful. We want to find the uncommon ones. We got the 2 poppies, 2004 and 2008, and we've got the breast cancer awareness pink ribbon. We want to find some other cool stuff in here too, and we certainly want to find silver. Roll number 5, here's a 1971. Somebody recently asked me if I pull out the pure nickel quarters from my hunts and set them aside, like I do with the pure nickel nickels. And the answer is no, I don't. And the reason for that is because the nickel content in a quarter isn't worth 25 cents. So I would be holding it. The bullion value is considerably less than the face value. So it's worth 25 cents. And I can take it back to the bank and get my 25 cents back and buy another box. It's a little bit different with nickels. They're only worth 5 cents face. They have a pretty significant amount of nickel. The bullion value of the nickel is almost triple face value, and so that makes it a good investment to hold on to. I haven't sold any of it yet, you never know, but that's why I don't hold on to the quarters or even the dimes. The dimes that are pure nickel are quite a bit lighter and aren't worth 10 cents, so there you have it. Same roll, there's a pretty nice looking DeSalisbury War of 1812. We're looking for the color versions of these 2 where that maple leaf that says 1812 is all red with color enamel. Same roll, and there's a pretty nice looking 1999. This was the Millennium series. They had 12 quarters in 99 and 12 different quarters in 2000. And if we find them in nice shape, we want to set them aside. I might put some sets together if anybody's looking for a trade or something like that, because these are some pretty nice quarters. And right on cue, just a couple quarters behind that, there's a 2000. This is the Pride one, and this one actually has a rotated die we can look for. And that one, I probably just turned it wrong. I don't think this has a rotated die. And the rotated die is actually significantly rotated. So I'll just take this out of my one hand and confirm that it's not rotated. Okay, I checked it over and it does not have any sort of die rotation. It was just the way I was trying to move it. So that is just added to the pile as a potential upgrade. I'm not sure, but a pretty decent looking coin anyhow. Very last coin of that roll, a better than average 1974. We'll just set that one aside and take a peek later. I think we have a nice 74 in the album. We'll find out for sure. Here we go, roll 7, and we've got the Peregrine Falcon. That's a good one to find for sure. I've got a 1978 under the scope, and there are two varieties we can look for. The one that's a little less common is this one you see here. This is the small denticle 1978. So these denticles, they're basically these little protrusions from the rim, are very, very small. And just for the sake of comparison, here is a coin that has what we would consider large denticles. This one's not a 1978, it's a 71. But the 78s would look much like that. So you can see the difference in the size between the small and the large. So for 78, if you want to fill your album, you got to make sure you got both. Roll 10, and we're going to get just our first American quarter. It's our only 4-ounce so far. It's a 2017 Frederick Douglass, and this one's out of Denver. Still in that same roll, we got back-to-back color. I just flipped over this one coin on the left, and we found the Orca, only to reveal the colorized DeSalaberry that I mentioned earlier. So that's really cool. Roll 11, our second US, it's an Indiana State quarter from 2002. If we flip it over, we can see that it's out of Philadelphia. And right at the very back, that is our pink ribbon number 3. Roll number 14, and we're going to have our oldest coin of the hunt. It's a 1965 US, just 1 year off of silver. We've actually got a few US in here, so if I pull this one out, we'll see what we got. There is a 2019 Lowell. We have a chance for a W. That's a Philadelphia. And there's another one back here. And what do we got? We've got the Eagle on the back. This one's just a 1984, and I think that's a Denver. Roll 20, it's US number 6. It is a Mississippi State quarter from 2002, minted out of Denver. Roll number 11, we've got our fourth pink ribbon. Same roll, and we've got a really nice 2009 men's hockey in very nice conditions. So we'll hold on to that one. That's a nice one, but we also want to find the color version too. Very end of that roll, our first provincial or territorial commemorative from 1992. This one is from the Northwest Territories. Roll 24, and there's the non-color version of the Bison. That is from 2011. That's a nice one too. Roll 25, and there's another really nice 1999. That one's from August. Very end of roll number 26, and we've got more color for the board, and this is probably our nicest 2006 pink ribbon. Of all the ones we found, this might be the real keeper here for sure. Roll number 29, and we got some really cool color. We got the colorized Cindy Clausen. This is one I haven't seen for a while, so that's a cool find. Roll 30, and there's another really nice provincial. This one is the Quebec from 1992. Well, I figured we would just take a short break from all that epic coin roll hunting action. I got this in the mail. I'm so excited. A little while ago, I participated in a live stream with Walker Magnet. Go check out his channel if you haven't already done that. Go and subscribe. He's great. Does live streams all the time. Got some great videos. In any case, he was doing $half hunts, US $half. I just kind of came in. The first box was a dud. The second box, my name got drawn to participate and get the first 10 rolls. And it was a doozy. I'm just going to break into it using this Walker Magnet screwdriver that he gave me previously. And we'll take a peek at what were in the 10 rolls that we hunted with my name on them. All right, here it is. CAD Roll Hunter right on there. I'm just going to open it up. Oh, there's like spilling out. And he flipped these up because we found some really cool stuff in those 10 rolls. And I think 3 of these were actually in the first roll. And so this is pretty awesome. So first of all, we'll just go in the order I pick them up here. We got a 2012 S minted silver proof. How often do you find a silver proof coin roll hunting $half in the States? I don't know. I don't get to do it. But I've watched lots of them and I haven't seen that very often. So that was pretty cool. So this is back on October the 15th. So it's been a little while. And we got, oh, this is really cool. A 1971D DDO FS101. I'm going to put this one under the scope and we can take a closer look. Okay, so here it is under the scope. And this coin is in beautiful condition, by the way. It looks really, really nice. It might be a little hard to see, But what we're looking at is a split in the serif, some notching here on the S. You can see it on the T. You can actually sort of see it on the U. You can see that line in the R. This is actually a really, really good example. If I just get the coin in here, you can see really clean fields. Like this is definitely at the very least an AU, but this might be a mint state coin. Just a gorgeous coin. So good to find this in a coin roll hunt and in such great condition. All right, we'll move on. I think this might have been an ender. This isn't a silver. This is a 2005 S clad proof. So that was really cool. I think this is the one that we saw on the end, and you can see that mirror finish and that high relief there. Really cool. And then, as if that wasn't all enough, we got a 1967 40% silver Kennedy half dollar just to like cap it all off. So I'll post a video, or I'll post a link of the live stream video where we found all these good things. Again, 3 of these were in one roll. One was in another one. Huge thanks to Walker Magnet. I really appreciate your generosity, my friend. Go check him out. If you haven't already subscribed, go do that. It just takes a click. He'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the hunt. Roll number 34, and we have a 2017 Hope for a Green Future. We can also find this in a colorized version where there's color across all of these little sea creatures. Roll number 36, and we found another nice one. This is a really sharply struck 1972. No real circulation wear on it. It looks really, really nice. And the edge, I thought I saw a nice solid edge, like not rounded, but quite nice in there that looked a little bit different. I think it was this one. We'll set this aside. I think we recently found another really nice 1972 and found we couldn't update the album because we already had a good one. So we'll check this one, but this is a keeper for sure in this condition. Roll 38, we've got more color for the board. And just at the end of that roll, another 1992 Provincial. It is a Nova Scotia. We are just coming into the last row here, so we are 4/5 of the way done, just about. And we got more color for the board, another really nice 2006 Pink Ribbon. And our group of color is growing here. We found a few interesting things, but we got some more rolls to get through. And speaking of color, there is a Color War of 1812 Tecumseh. That is a nice one. Look at that one. And just a few coins behind it, look who's come to play. It's the Orca. That's our second Orca of the hunt. We'll add them to the pile. This roll is looking pretty good so far. And it wasn't done. There's a 2004 Color Poppy. We found lots in our last hunt. This is only our second through 40 rolls. So that tells you this box is very different than our last box. Roll 41, I'm pulling out any nicer coins that could potentially upgrade, as you know. This is an 87. It's got some circulation wear for sure, but it's not nearly as bad as many of the 80s coins, and I'm just not sure how our 80s are looking in the album. So if there's a chance to upgrade, we want to do that. So I'll compare them all at the end and see if we stepped our game up a little bit in that album. Roll 43, and we found the colorized Hope for a Green Future from 2017. It looks like it's been pretty circulated, but you can see there we've got some greens and some blues. We've got a bird, we've got a beaver, and we got a turtle. And yeah, it's been out in circulation, but it's ours now. That's pretty cool. Colorized 2017 Hope for a Green Future. Roll number 44, we've got a average circulated Ontario Provincial with some corrosion or damage on the obverse, but right behind it is a really nice looking Northwest Territories, and that's a keeper for sure. Just a few coins behind that one, there's a pretty decent 1993, and again, I think our 90s might be neglected in the album. This could be a bit of an upgrade. And just a few coins behind that again, another really nice looking 1992, this one from Newfoundland. Roll 45, there is our third 2004, and I saw an American edge back here, so we'll see what that is. It is a 1978. We're in roll 45, and we have a really nice looking Vancouver 2010 wheelchair curling. And there is a mule we can check for that this one doesn't have. A mule is when the obverse and reverse dies were mismatched. So in this case, the obverse of the coin features the Paralympic Games logo. And there were some coins that were struck, like this one on this 2007 Olympic on the left, with the Vancouver 2010 Olympic logo. Now, they were only in sets. They weren't struck for circulation. So when you find a 2007 that is in this good condition, you always want to check to see what logo is on the obverse, because it could very well be that mule that got pulled out of a set and put into circulation. I haven't found one yet, but some people have, so that's something you want to look out for too. Roll 46, we're always checking the edges for silver edges. Nothing here, but we can see we got 3 Americans. That one at the end looks like it might be something pretty new. It's shiny and it's not dull like some of the older edges. And those 3 coins from left to right, we've got a 2005 Kansas City. It's not the In God We Rust. We've got a 2003 Alabama State quarter in pretty grungy condition, and that newer edge was a 2017 Effigy Mounds. All 3 are from the Philadelphia Mint. Very last roll, number 50, and it looks like we're going to be shut out for silver. Well, that's all she wrote, as they say. 50 rolls hunted. Let's see how we did. All right, here's everything we got all organized. We got 16 US quarters, including that War in the Pacific on the left. I'll have to check and see if I've got one of those. We got 19 colorized quarters. We got a few of those 2004 poppies. It looks like we got 7 or 8 of the pink ribbon, including that really gorgeous one on the top. I'll be picking out the best to keep. We got a 2008 poppy, a colorized Cindy Clausen, really cool. We got a few of those 2011, one of the Peregrine Falcon and 2 orcas. We got a couple War of 1812 and a 2017 Hope for a Green Future. We got a short stack of provincial quarters. Again, we got a couple that were really nice. We'll look through the album and see if any upgrade. And just a bunch that we're going to see if these might upgrade or if they're worth holding on to. We know the 72 won't upgrade because we got a gorgeous 72 last time and it didn't upgrade. We already have a nice one in the album. But there's some from the 90s and the 80s we're going to just check against. And then a whole bunch up here of commemoratives. I'll check the album, but we're going to just check and see if any of them are worth keeping. Any of the better ones, the best ones, I'll add to some rolls of AU and BU coins. These are circulated, of course, so I don't think there's any here, or there aren't too many that we would consider in a mint state, but I just pick out the best and hold on to those. So checking against our Lighthouse Vista album, we didn't add any spots. We knew that. We didn't get any silver. We still stand at 148 of 171, but we did get 3 upgrades. In our 1999s, we did upgrade the February. We got a really nice example there. And we upgraded the December. We got a good example. There's got a little bit of a spot on it, but it was much better than the one that was in here. And we also updated one of our Olympic ones. That wheelchair curling that you can see right here was really nice. Definitely better than the one that we had in there. So this album is getting better and better. And we're doing pretty well with it, but we want to get some silver. We were shut out today. Our silver streak, our little silver streak was done. But I hope you enjoyed this video looking at some Canadian quarters and getting them into this album. If you did, please give the video a like. That would be great. I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, Cadroll Hunter, please do that. I would appreciate that as well. You'll be alerted when I get new videos out. I have videos coming out all the time. So thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time.